Again, a human written by Cedric Marlik Rumke fade in. Again, a human means at least an amount of humans at the same space, disregard other country to let the bodies that originate in their space add up. The distant disregarding means implementing the location that is disregarded through words, speaking language, language program. An opinion is always only what you know at that time. What if the opinion contains language? So is an opinion more global than before you meet? Before an embryo, the people you meet are the ones you end up helping. So travel, time travel. Every time someone travels back in time simultaneously, a person is created. That created person gets a conscious by the references of the person travel through time, changing the opinion, an unknown language, no time travel paradox. So thinking makes things quicker. Doing and failing cause a brain can't move. They actually are like, hey, you can't move your brain, do something about it. They never convey anything different. Just like a language, it would be another country. People have to have a brain that moves. Focus on you, explore you, find a way, shape your mind the way you want it to be. When you have control over you safely, you can rescue, inspire others to explore life in its entirety. No give forcing and take wanting, let them find the key on their own, and they will roll safely. Focus appeal, explore across covering thoroughly appeal, find their way, shape see you again soon mind by the way you want it to be. Straightforward opinions. These opinions are more closely to time. Programming the brain for language. If you've done everything and you can't do more, we all suffer from the same trauma when we have to disconnect our minds from the umbilical cord to be really free. Your mind, for instance. With your brain, they control people, they say. That's why we go see doctors. A trigger warning before the set of mind. Heaven. They're still connected to the trauma. They go to hell. The gravity of the umbilical cords. So CGI is used to get people out of hell. That's how that came about. Time traveling, language program. I watched a movie called Mindhouse 2, sitting in a theater for 10 years watching the same movie Mindhouse 2. The story began with eager people who someday developed an incomparable relationship with things they planted. There soon was a mind exchange submersive between plants and humans that synchronized both. Then after a while a kind emerged that they intuitively called humantree. In the future no one knew why they called them like that. The ancestors would have liked to bring those plants closer to the sun, to see if the productivity of the plants would rise, if they would grow faster, but it wasn't possible for them to do so. An uncompleted goal, or a goal still to be completed. In the future, the families yonder people haven't spent too much time taking care of the plants. When the technology was ready, they decided to fly specially designed technology ships with no passenger and no pilot on board towards the sun. The humantree was on board to find out if the productivity would rise and to see how it grows. A spaceship is flying towards the sun. More closer to the sun, the tree changed more and the inside of the tree unfolded. Stop, there's something happening. We then decide to fly back, to play it safe and first look and investigate what this liquid actually is. The first thing they did was to plant the humantree back. They planted it close to where they have gotten it from. Humans grew from those trees, showing the people hanging from the trees. Then as Sue comes closer to the humantree, slowly lowers Sonic to the ground. Then she intuitively disconnects the end of the limb, which is connected to the back of his neck. Every planet has a core that creates an electromagnetic field. As the heart beats, it creates an electromagnetic field. By following the heart, it was possible to plant a tree that grows humans. Hearts grow from trees, soon developing embryos grow to humans. See people hanging from trees, then they slightly get lifted off to the ground. Show them living. Motion how humans always have been doing it. You can see people disconnecting the end of the limbs from the back of the humans' necks on the trees. The umbilical cord thing. The humantrees are a simultaneous process processing the art of the anatomy. Reaching the point, greater focus, creating realistic brains. Reaching the point, creating realistic brains, setting, achieving the science. This is what they want, awaiting nerve visual frame sight nerve v and appearance it tilt deliver sightet deliver how amount sight line sight from camera build amount word sight waiting sight curve. RE hallucinating. Vigesimal system was used by the Maya. A conscious. The 5 is where often the curve goes to solve it. And so did the RE2. Learn today that a group of students used a Google Doc to take notes simultaneously in a collective file as they took notes. They would mark places teachers they were confused or couldn't follow the lecture other students real. At the end of the semester, as they are prepping for finals, they have this massive document of notes, questions, and explanations from peers. Quarantine. What is quarantine? Restriction of movement. Camera tech. CASЩEU projection. The modern world is agging your brain. Their brains scanned. Econly a search away. Musical universes are still endless objections. Celluloid paralyzed death coma examples. Here, there, anywhere. Computer story layers. CGI. Extracted age is such a physic. Praise a company. Does that stop a world war? Public figures felt behavior interpretation process. Apply price language instead. They move in slower. They think of summarization. Unknown survival. Movement memory. Think innovation. Pressure eyes supply. Breathe singular. Resolution felt behavior interpret process. Robots yet don't have a conscious cause of missing a mindhouse too. I'm going to teach you a lesson. Okay, help me with that. The time travel is misunderstood. CGI processed through the computer, letting the CGI bodies appear. Knowing others have gone through those experiences as well. People consider a realm that is away from human brain activity, but still connected. Miscounted on my hearts. I got so much reference. We can look out at the other people that haven't. Resolution felt behavior interpret process. The conscious must have left because of the time travel. To look at the data of the very best companies. Human interaction with a memory dilation, in where the memory dilation maintains references onto objects and spaces with an option to alter or to be modified. These humans walk in all direction. They differ direction movement of movement. Encourage radiational innovation. You are contemporary encouraging. Products. That film plays in a million years. Time travel in a past life. Now I can't memory. Concert schools. Arrogance is a behavior that you just don't know yet. Oh, that's why people talk. It becomes available this year. Education destruct workers' future and future workers. Compatibility with contrary to current language. And the array of communicated accessory to see what its environment has to show. HETAL, one of film-awaited films fake to live by example. As a lifelong process, Z Cohen new research doubles universes aged physic, F's Deut reminding of a camera tech identidrive. Concoditive to public believe. Modern intercoder reliability, creating invisible tech. What if the CGI is processed through invisible tech? There are people who don't know what their hands are working for. There's an actor in a worse location. Adherence 3D dimensional DNA. 0K. From extract to develop to location connection. Enough space for more cameras. I want to have synthetical brains implanted into the back of my hands. The electromagnetism in the brains into the back in the back of the hands, following the heart, betters the cameras holding the cameras. So that's what they do. They start arranging an appointment. So you got to switch it with Mindhouse too. People are equipped with an understanding of systems, a comprehensive view of the subject and interdisciplinary knowledge, not their own understanding. Remember, we have to disconnect our minds from the umbilical cord to be really free. Brains do that. Others have to be free as well, and brains implanted into our eyes releasing the pressure. All you have to have is a Mindhouse too. They think. Metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking. Yeah, people have to catch up on that. Highest form of intelligence. Metacognition is the rarest intelligence. When they first read Mindhouse 2, then again, a human, they return to Mindhouse 2, they change their opinion, and it restores, reprograms, time travel, eventfulness. HETAL, it would be valuable to talk to people in person. People making experiences for other people. So is it. This is what they want. Be waiting, their visual frame sight, no VN and appearance it, tilt, deliver, sightet, deliver. How amount sight line sight from camera build, amount word sight, waiting sight curve. The people you meet are the ones you end up helping. So what about the people in the camera? Overprocessing the CGI lookalikes of famous people appeared on Earth from the trauma. Have you ever met people at their best? HETAL, they can memory time travel. Those people have functioned a functioning light bulb into an emulating sun, assuring a connection to the human's connection to the sun. These houses have barrages that keep imaginations from clashing. Without the house barrage, the imagination outside of the house would clash with imagination within. There are many places abroad of this system, abroad of this planet to access. A place or settling that they don't know or see, which recalls for more detail. Thinking, cause when an agreement is made, minds part from each other. The sun, they now use unused time to power themselves. People get to choose an experience that that person has experienced bothering the person. So that's dreaming. Bacteria are maps ever since the robots took them from the humans. Rights and numbers gets attached to a feeling, and that number in different distances in a simulating how smart are you scenery or scenario, where the distances count to a value, where people mistake money are the smarts which are viruses. Extinction, where people think it's a test, where it says identifying the source Mindhouse 2. Leaving a written email, returning someone else reading the email, and returning without watching in the movie. The function of atom model magnet dream state, it could have had any color core film screen. Assigned memory by certainty. Pixelation of bacteria. Except with a memory more useful, overpowering the universe, assuring for no boundaries. A space-stationed assurance, where there would be enough space for more cameras to film this scene portrayed in a movie. People forget where they thought the sun was. Iris explosion. Atoms, all the movement that was existing on Earth, brain emulates it. A change that people already want to explain. Disconnect babies from embryo remains. Embryo cells always show. Robots, how do they gain consciousness? Assuming a mass is when reality is a unit. Emulate this energy source without references to never have to return back. Brain implant that reads signals, modularizes the brain activity in real time, avoiding the simulacrum. The simulacrum which unportrays reality and is replacing it. Doing and failing. When a brain can't move, protect your brain. Embryos that show. Simulating is like when people argue, cause they can't decide. You put importance to the matter when it's actually how you feel. What matters is actually a simulation pressure. Computer chips, scared of human being robotic. The mindfulness escape of the umbilical cord trauma with the disconnect of the embryo cell remains in your entire body. Can you adjust neutrinos? Trillions of them pass harmlessly through your body every second. People might call it radioactive delay, a past life, avial detours in planet Earth. You surely can manipulate them. Substance for your mind. Reprogramming you. He took a substance and bent his neck in a training workout, disconnecting him from the realm. A body condition that made him who he is. The ladies are just staring at your realm. Money is a physical way of it. A realm is a parallel memory dilation, like invisible tech that is visible as humans with consciousnesses helping you. So what if you never meet them? The people you meet are the ones you end up helping. That keeps you physical. Is struggling. This keeps my mind physical. Human trees. There's a difference between people connected to a realm and people in the realm helping you. Distant search, people moving from one movie to the next. A reason for individualism has to be present. When people estimate distant, they see themselves in a safe space. Sun shines on Earth, saves flora. People lose interest in a person, and if you have interest, your interested intelligence makes sense. Would develop embryo cells causing to show similarities, bothering people, replacing nerve while showing appliance similarities. The only advice an embryo could give. There's only an appliance. By those embryo particles would be emulation of biocivil, as well as skin stimulus, would be emulating something called decylcelluloid, an iris giving it a distance that is uncertain since it contains words that represent more possibility of measuring units than what people know. Embryo cell-induced ideas. So this is why people time travel. The conscious leaving cause of the embryo cells bothering your brain. But then there's also the umbilical cord trauma, which causes your mind gain diseases to be busy with fear, diseases basically and things. Without embryo cells telling you what to do, people might have access. And people are inspired by those talking. Embryo cells giving hints. Extract embryo remains from the bodies of a newborn, otherwise they would think of something else. Removal of embryo particles, not assigned and decided their bioreconstruct. Distant from tradition, said a downshift, an awareness of dissolution. Urgency is a gene that recognizes time in order to use it. When you get lost with your eyes, you miss out on things your mind has to offer, not necessarily a contribution. More so thinking yourself well and being conscious about feelings that surround you. I never knew how to use the word intelligent on anyone, so I never called someone intelligent. People sometimes talk like they have experienced it. Cause it may be a remain particle of a life in the deep sea. The eyes, disregarding the world that was filmed with a camera, people leaving theaters. The distant. It is about going against the grain of the times, not putting their appearance to the test. We live in a world where everybody progresses towards unity, something people would have called peace. Less and less animals are existing cause people want to mass-produce animals into food, with the goal to naturally let the animals sense, so they would decrease their conscious by themselves and pass that on to the newborns, so that the conscious that would grow and exist in an animal would grow and exist in a human instead, and also as a way to eliminate pain. With the decreasing of conscious, they would also lose the ability to birth newborns, and so is the cycle. Everybody that have used their mind to the full potential receive a mind house. The material the mind houses are built of is mined and degraded below earth, and the unique thing about that material is that it is connected to the human mind. Then it is connected to the human's mind the mind house belongs to. And now something about me. I always wanted to film, though never had a crew to film. The French philosopher René Descartes described the pure awareness of thought as the ultimate proof of human existence. Ari says nobody invented thinking. HETAL, but CASЩEU PACOINE reinvented thinking. Colin, he puts down his stuff, then sees a corridor on the right side. He walks towards it. It is the behavior of your planet, of the Earth. We aliens are giving you humans the ability to live. Only if it's filmed to its full potential with every possibility there is for humans you can live. Soon our small aliens will hatch. They can be killers by nature. They need a reference, observing for their mind. If the new, fresh aliens would see what the Earth is doing right now, they would copy that behavior and everything would be killed. And they would kill us as well. So we infuse the planet before the fresh new aliens get close to the pleat. Colin looks at him, a other word for planet. You could refer to us as nice aliens, aliens that want to help. Your planet is special, and your life form as well. They need to see true beauty. And we are glad we are able to interact with you, but you gotta hurry. Colin looks towards the corridor and he sees another room. He walks towards it. Earth, no one's there. He sees something glowing. He looks at it. He enters a sort of vortex, sees that where he comes from is a vortex. He looks around while floating. He takes a look at it from a fairer distance. Hey, Colin shrugs. This is what the aliens, Barbies or newborns will see to learn the ways. When you build a house on Earth, you build it for every planet, not just Earth. It's like an exchange of currency, but with objects, and you don't have to travel to leave the Earth in good condition. The Earth universe is art, though this here, out here, is the universe. The joke is that the Earth universe is surrounded with planets. The planets are so far away, also from each other, almost impossible to reach, especially for a human in a live time in that shell. But that might change. ATHMOS, here you won't really age, and you can't die. Let's go over there. Athmos points towards a vortex. This is the white. The white is like a conscious graph for your mind. If you can imagine it, you can let it appear right here. Since I know you like to film, here you are also in control of the Earth universe. You're free of the restraints of the Earth and to think what others can't. Using the eyes properly, people will be projected to the white light door, to the white. Darkness has to be enlightened. So by sort of filming with your eyes, you can replicate people. The scan will go through the back of your head to the white, where the person is fully recreated to 100% no copy. To be in the white helping developing stuff. But only people who are alive can be scanned, replicated to the white. Expressing truth is important. Acting is important for that specific thing. You can scan when you see M in front of you, or when you see people on TV or an electronic device to the white. To be able to scan them and translate that truth from the performance to a full mindset. To be able to express a full mindset to a person with no mindset yet. Through performance, movement. In the white, the scan translates the performance scanned to a mindset for the person in the white, only through the performance. COLIN, so a person that is recreated scanned through the white, gets its personality through the performance it was scanned with. Yes, a mindset. From the gain performance, a full mindset to a person with no mindset yet. With the time they will gain personality through that mind created by performance. That's why people act from the core, that's the main reason. Colin hesitates for a second, stares to the front. Oh, so that's why the Oscars are so important. Yes, good acting, expressing truth. Yes, so go and put your eyes to use. But first the issue with aliens and Earth. Cause the aliens that you were talking to are real. COLIN, so what if I would save the world, what would I do? Easy, communication, you got it, you saved the world. Now push this button to better the communication on Earth. Colin pushes the button. Okay, now you saved the world. Now we have to wait till the aliens arrive. Let's have a look. Screen appears. Okay, there they are. The alien spaceship arrives, stays for a while, then returns. You did it. Great that you saved the world. Otherwise people would be surprised that the Earth would be infiltrated by the baby aliens, attacking them, eating them alive, and even destroying Earth. Colin scans some people in his mindhouse, of which the following people emerged from: Carmen, John, Elisa, and Ethan, to form a crew. He films. They write down, they talk about what they film, how they gonna film it. Everything they create sets with their minds. Then what imagined appears in front of their eyes. they film it. They pay attention to detail, they have fun, slowly zooms out, screen turns black. They start to film movies and decide to play them on Earth so people on Earth could see the pure performance, the true performance, the truth. They have a lot of success and spend the money wisely. They get awards, but money isn't important to them. He gets complimented by friends who he hasn't seen a while. He gets complimented by his family. He and his team is celebrated by the whole world. They update cameras, they craft better cameras in the white. Soon they build a company. They encourage people through speeches. He wants people to be to their full potential. In that way he could scan them to the white with his eyes, and then it wouldn't matter what would happen to them on Earth, cause they have a scan in the white. He would like to scan everyone on Earth, true performances only, to becoming great minds transmitted to the white. And through the movies he and his team make, they change the mindset of the people, cause he can show them something that they never saw before in the best graphics in the best way. They invest in better cinemas, but for now only in cinemas, cause they don't want to mix it up with the people's private life and working life. They want the visit to cinema to be an experience. Colin is working on a camera, John and Elisa are working on a lens, and Ethan has news. The last elephant on Earth died. You would kinda expect it to take longer for their conscious to decrease. You know, since they have big brains, you know it's kinda joke that you can't arrange or shift and shape your brain parts. Your brain keeps reminding you that you can't. Not to say you can't, what if you could? Anyways, Ethan has a crooked smile on his face. You scanned. You really scanned George Clooney? What do you mean really? Yeah, what is real? Well, real is to rely, that being said. His name is Oscar Henderson. This is Olivia Ferrer. Hey, Dale Corsway and Dovna Johnsmoon. This is truly a pinch me moment. Ow, Carmen pinches him. They all watch the finished movie in the white in a conscious graft room. The life source, its appearance is big and round, almost like a planet, but coated in light and data, which isn't really a surface. It's more like a portal to the inside. Inside is way bigger than its outer appearance, making it seem small from the outside, but entering past the surface. Theirs is infinity, and whole entire world, worlds and worlds. Don't take of your sweet. And the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress goes to Dovna Johnsmoon. And the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor goes to Dale Corsway. And the Oscar for Best Leading Actor goes to Oscar Henderson. Two people in the Oscar crowd are looking at each other. Doesn't he look like George Clooney? Yeah, now that you say it. Yeah. And the Oscar for Best Leading Actress goes to Olivia Ferrer. And the Oscar for Best Picture goes to Colin Collins. Colin accepts the Oscar. I want to thank everyone, my crew, Carmen, John, Elisa, Ethan, Oscar, Oliver, Dale and Dovna. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be standing here without you. And anyways, for everyone, time is with you. Some people take distance and stay like that when it's important to work together with time. You don't just want to listen to time, you need to know what you want. And if you know you have to communicate that to time, you don't want to understand time, you want to know who you are and what you want, so time can feel the spark of yours, because you're so unique that time can't help but wanting to someday become a human just like you, because that is what time wants. And if people don't know who they are or what they want, time will understand, and time will take distance, and time will stay like that. Thank you. A person is recreated, and people won't listen to a parison. Every time someone travels back in time, a person is created in the present. People add up like they are going to war. ISON legs REDIUM. The double LOGLINE people have to keep a specific distance to a person with an order assigned to allow distance, not allowed to keep a gun to kill people as close and aren't in desire to listen to one parison. Speaks text-to-speech addition distance estimated historic, where they don't talk distant destinated central Hulton English product to cite their Hulton English millennium. I will go to space with sci-fi. We gonna let our brains out in space on a spaceship, having suits that are connected to our brains, and a rope from space attached to our suits, thinking of a dream dust, when thinking about the double log-line gun law, with our brains being situated on that spaceship called the Virtual, speaks text-to-speech, is on the spaceship speaking the double log-line gun law, so this should visualize the closure, the brain being on the spaceship. Our brains are on this spaceship we called Virtual. Want to know something about me? Yes, sure, tell me. Okay, so I was contacted by someone telling me about time dilation. I had no idea what it was, so I Googled it right away, at my specific age, and the Google signal was so clear that it attracted the likes of aliens. Communication investigated a cell closest to time dilation on Earth, so they tell us that our brains currently think in German, when it actually should be our brains thinking in English. Currently, there was Halton German. All of our brains were thinking in German, speaking any language on this planet, Earth. The aliens then starting working on Halton English. So only because of me, the aliens are starting to work on Halton English, where people start to think in English, not thinking in German anymore. Humanity's memory, 500 million pictures. Increasing when it usually was 80 million pictures, with a Halton Deutsch, Halton German, so the memory is increasing. Speaking any language. I was swapping the clear Google signal for to owning Earth's film catalog. Aliens took the signal. Now there is Halton English. They gave me Earth's film catalog in exchange. Your brain thinking in English, speaking any language. Living forms. The aliens, they are translating the film catalog into English thinking brains. ETB. So those people's brains in those films now are thinking in English, using Halton English. Cause in the movies, no matter how they were speaking a language, their brains still were thinking in German, far beyond time travel. So what about your current situation? You don't have to come up with ways to get yourself to do it. Something that I would like to watch. All right, gotcha. Simultaneously, forcing myself to write. In your mind, you can be perfect walking on Earth, though our brains, you know. All right, thank you. Laughs. They kinda hear what we say, but at the same time, when we talk about our brains, they fear us. A person running away. And how close you must be to hear what someone has to say then. Increasing memory as we speak. Measures of brain maturation. People running away. So always when we say brain, people are running away. People running away. Eyes on legs. Motion, how humans always have been doing it. Feel daily passion. If you create something that you like. In more detail, they matter to them. Fans want to build their business. Of what they remember, the both of them. Someone contacted me that I should stretch my lungs when I'm 25. Interesting. What? I'm already thinking about it. I might build something that would stretch my lungs. Probably the majority of people on this planet Earth haven't stretched their lungs when they turn 25, so I might have a go on that. All right, whatever. Stretching his lungs with a device. So I developed a device that would stretch my lungs to use it when I turn 25. Stretching my lungs right now while I'm 25. Feeling great, this really works. Sure, emotional dependent. What I think right now, I have to wait. In 2 months I'm 25, getting a device, thank you, might make all the difference. Opportunity to build a character, humor, though you don't plan on fame and money on your brains. What if we talk to people in your film catalog? I call it movie catalog. 2 months later, taking a lung-stretching device with me. In my movie catalog, I can assure there won't be any problems with our brains, people running away, shifting the movie catalog, and their lungs are in their way. They haven't stretched their lungs. A microbial, we only need to find it. Scientists somewhere in the movie catalog dipping, bathing colored microbial forms, microbial objects somewhere on this planet. The procedure which is called producting. Dating back to where cameras originated. Producting, bathing, dipping those colored objects in water, creating guts for humans, stimulating them. Products, keeping the guts alive, products. A movie gets added to the catalog. In my movie catalog, speaking, we can track where the scientists are at. I think the scientists have no guts. Humans used to be without guts. Guts dreaming while we are stretching our lungs. Them now operating in English to translate microbial vocabulary into English. Product by product, talking about things basically. The brain senses. People running away KAD, a microbial is this space that has to be translated into English. And stopping talking about products reactivates the brain. People running away. There they are. What about the people's brains? Scientists running away. Checking the microbial bathing bowl. Speaking. Brains. More humans on Earth running randomly. And those movies are extending because of Halton English, more hours. Our brains have become a popular method for the prediction of eyes on legs. Them running away, embodying the raw power. That is a very good way of saying bye. When they stopped remembering us on Earth, which of you people are turning 25? Plenty of people raising their hands. People who are older than 25 are too late, giving them devices. So are there any directors who turn 25? You take the lead for these movies. So now people here have devices that are able to stretch their lungs when they turn 25. And I'm glad that we are able to talk to people in my movie catalog. And stretching lungs should develop the world the movies live in. I feel like people are going to observe us, admire us, with more people with stretched lungs that they can't see. Our brains in space. People running away. People running away. Let's go up visiting our spaceship. How we get more out of it. Writing? Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Wherever I happen to be at the time of writing, proving the double logline gun law. Reading makes sense. Speaks text to speech, still performing. Suggestions for exploration of our intellect. Should we test our devices out here? Yes, great idea. Okay, stretching my lungs right now in space. Our interest. Our lungs volunteered to serve as participants. They travel as fast as they convert light into information that the intellect can understand. We don't need a crew, right? Day 1, collecting written sheets. To read them while the speaks text-to-speech is performing. It should train our intellects with things their way. Wait a sec. We are this close and should be aware of it. Thanks. Writing down what we have learnt. Seems plausible to me. The brains get trained and I grasp everything. To avoid a conscious interest to our brains. Can only really be learnt with enough space. Let's get started. Alright, what about brains in this crowded space? Them running away. Okay, how people would want to talk. What the people say is the technology they know. Perhaps as well body language. They haven't stretched their lungs when 25. So the people do the opposite. Them being out of breath, I'm very sure that they all have the same dream of having more breath. You reprogramming their brains, just like the interviewer. When we talk to people long enough, they don't fear us, a conversation, and the programmed brain, them running away. So motion that we can understand eyes on legs a question from time to time. So what we want to do now is to get people out of their houses. It will indifferently depend on how long a conversation is. Them not running away, I suppose staying in their house post and convo. Come in, come in. Can you leave the door open? Cause our spacesuits ropes. Okay, no problem. Excuse our brains, that person is running away. Are you hungry? Yes, kinda. Check the fridge. Them both heating something in the microwave. Them eating something, so what house is next? I'm very interested to know which house you are going to choose next. Probably the whole neighborhood. Then maybe a show we don't have to dream. There is us knocking at the door. Okay, I see. Given only a certain information. I'ma let you in. The real experiences. Excuse our brains. That person runs away. Watching the illusionist presenting his show. As opposed to that there is this party we are going to. Silence. I might go to the toilet. Excuse our brains. Them all running out of the building. The illusionist is gone, running away. I wonder if any of those people are attending the party that we are attending. You know, like running there immediately. More in tune with where people can look at you. So ever since we have been in the movie catalog, the people here all seem to show us signs of them all dreaming of having more breath. I'm going to keep on writing the program, and it works thinking about our brains, people running away. Probably the gun law spoken by speaks text-to-speech on the virtual triggered by our brain activity on our spaceship. I wish it always could be this easy, without the money in their dreams. It's a hidden camera in their dreams. What the people say is the technology they know, so they stop talking in reality. Sonic says, there is another addition that I have in mind. It's not that ordinary but something that I have been working on. To store data beyond that of a human tree. A signal bank sort of to save spirits and appearances, so after the work is done designing and planning, we will go work on this. Now there is a change. The human trees changed the atmosphere rapidly, which makes the air unbreathable for humans. There is barely a chance for non-human tree-born humans, so there is a very need to get this signal bank done quickly before it's too late. Signal bank done. My family was the last living group of people that were old mortal people. My family was the last mortal humans existing. I was always told that the emergence of the human tree was something special. Now there is no one of them left to tell the experience. Woman is operating a screen which shows the condition of the ship. Condition is stable and at 100. I developed an organism from the gained inside shape-shifting liquid from the human tree send to space that can operate by itself. I developed those organisms by feeding them with data. They want to assure a healthy connection between the human trees that they will connect with the passenger technology ship. The ship consisting of the liquid shape-shifting organism material, showing a part of the ship. With the help of this organism, it would be possible to soon create a passenger technology ship that consists fully of the organism and that is connected with human trees the ship is outfitted with and are connected with the people that grow birth from them, creating a complete organism system. So we will place the busing ships filled with the shape-shifting liquid and also consisting of it, around the sun in a circle or ring formation in a same distance to each other rotating around it. Sonic, so let's say 1600s. Imagine a human gets 100 years old. To the 2000s, that's 400 years, so basically 4 human lives ago, if every one of them got about 100 or 90. Imagine someone getting that old, 400 years. That is quite short, isn't it? I mean, if you think about it, 4 human life experiences ago. By being closer to the sun, we decided to use transport ships to carefully place busing ships around the sun to obtain energy to its fullest potential. Transport ships, though, don't consist of organism material. The ring formation turns into another shape. You could see how the busing ships slowly morphed and wrapped around the sun. Soon the sun was fully covered by the organism, and you could slowly see that there is a whole world created in front of you. We were sort of in fear, but as we witnessed what happened, we rapidly changed our mind. The uncovered sun seems to be what people now refer as the new core, changing ways to live so the body can adjust to what it was reminiscent of. Other planets in the system start to look different. Now the planets don't move like they used to, now they move their way. We would attract a star or a planet, synchronizing it with a device so it stays in that manure and orbits around the planet, to then move again to catch the wiling that was missing. We also developed technology, if a planet would be dying, to capture it with a bit of technology, with the possibility to take the signals we got on the sun, receiving like a seed that we could send out to space, so the planet would regrow around the new core orbiting that would be growing until it's fully grown and ready to go, going for its purpose, until it's grown up. So then they would let the regrown planet go, and then find its own purpose. What we learned from that we applied to technology. An impulse from the glowing planet was sent through the Earth universe. Soon things start to glow, things around them start to move. The Earth slowly moves, the people on the new planet see that. He catches up with the Earth as he decides to fly to Earth landing. He gets out of the advanced solar ship. No damage at all. So the next thing he does is to go inside of his ship, and of all the advanced trees that are on his ship, with which he flew through space to the Earth, there's one tree ready and in good condition. So he decides to let someone grow of this ship, goes to look through a little window in the door, but still nothing is growing, then again spends some time outside. He takes a seat inside, falls asleep, wakes up, and there she is. He detaches her neck from the limb. I am connected to the ship. I know everything about it, and that you almost crashed. What? No, I am just joking, Witcher, to see what you got. Sonic, haha, very funny. What you want to know about the ship? The Earth starts to move again. Sonic and Zoya escape Earth with the advanced solar ship. You could see the Earth slowly glowing from the inside to the outside. Soon it seems there isn't much left of it. The energy is morphing around. The inner core of the Earth is morphing around the Earth, eating it up. As you can see, what seems to look similar to a sun that was close. Succeeding, the Earth returns to its cooler nature. Earth seems to have kept the information of the Earth together in its core, everything, each component, maybe because they planted the advanced human trees before they left it, and those are heat-resistant. They are from the sun. We flew to the new Earth-like planet and tracked where the signal was the strongest live signal, perhaps landing on the planet. They see a giant tree. They both look at each other, then walk towards it, standing right in front of the tree facing the camera. Then he looks up and there she is. He smiles and then goes quick, lowering down a specific person. It's Sue. She opens her eyes. As soon as he sees that, he disconnects her from the end of the limb, giving her a hug with a smile and tears, now taking back a step to look at each other. Zoya, this is Sue. Sue, this is Zoya, zooming out to space. By planting the two human trees, the Earth shell was coated with a heat resistance, so every information would still remain inside. There was no reason for Earth to exist. Trees with the data liquid sort of manually were brought closer to the sun, since there was a problem in a past to bring information to the sun. The Earth was created since it was a last-minute sort of thing to keep the information needed, the data that had normally would have been brought by itself immediately to the sun. But since something yet unknown stopped it from doing so, a close planet was cultivated with information to create a species that was or would be able to get the information close to the sun and would complete that goal. Colin is working on a new camera. You can go back to Earth, though you would grow through a tree, a Mindhouse human tree. Okay, where is the vortex? The vortex appears. Vortex. Time wants to become a person, and humans growing from trees is the next step to physical time. Clocks or watches are human-made physical time, but time wants to become human, and clocks and watches help to keep the illusion of meeting time alive. Humans growing from trees seems to be a collaborative approach between humans and time, but time wants to become human. Time judged quick, and if time didn't felt what time was looking for, time took distance. But then again, search closure when time felt what time was looking for, so humans have made appealing to time what time wasn't looking for. On the human side, you could say that time misinterprets your plan or vision because of not being familiar with second-guessing or you changing your plan or vision or yourself. so you age and your appearance alters. So humans have made appealing to time what time wasn't looking for, so you don't age and your appearance doesn't alter. Immortality. When you copy someone's closure to time, it creates an illusion. The illusion of being close to time. Inspiring is something else. And if that copying is passed on to someone by speech as well and can be taken as wisdom, when accurate wisdom is needed. Age is an illusion of being close to time, so live and be questionable about things. Closure to time is not admitting. Time is when you know your own behavior.